The episode opens with Stoko pulling open a curtain and digging through a box of papers. She reads them with this really worried look, muttering about a funeral policy. Mantuli walks in, notices what's happening, and immediately wants to see the papers for herself. The two of them get into a serious back and forth about funeral cover, and you can tell it's weighing heavily on both of them. They eventually fall quiet, each lost in thought. Clearly this issue isn't going away. Welcome to Cat Recaps, where I help you catch up on the latest episodes of Skeem Saam. Over at the restaurant, things take a sharp turn. Ramasimola is on the phone, furious about a 1 million rand setup. He hangs up and starts venting, ordering whiskey after whiskey. Cat tries to reason with him, but Ramasimola turns it into a lecture, warning him that the world is full of dangerous people and that innocence doesn't last long. Cat doesn't argue, he simply leaves, and Ramasimola is left alone, saying goodbye to himself. It's a bleak scene, and you really feel how broken he is. Meanwhile, at Melita's kitchen, Shay shows up asking for Paxton. He's not home, but Melita invites her in. They share juice and an unexpectedly warm conversation. Melita warns Shay not to hurt Pax, telling her that he's happy right now and she doesn't want that disturbed. But she also tries to create an opportunity for the two of them to talk properly, arranging for Shay to come over before Pax's physiotherapy the next day. They even toast to being on the same page. For a moment, they almost feel like allies. Back in the office, Thabo and Kwaito are discussing how to move millions without raising red flags. Cat comes in with news. The mayor has an offer for them. Thabo completely loses it, accusing Cat of being reckless, and eventually kicks him out. The tension between them is impossible to ignore. Elsewhere, Kwezi tells Nkosi that she planted an idea in Clement's head that Lehasa might be involved in her uncle's death. Nkosi is stunned, saying it was never meant seriously, but Kwezi shrugs it off. Then Nkosi goes tender, kneeling and promising to protect her. It's sweet, but it also feels like dangerous ground. In the library, Pax has a surprisingly gentle moment with Luatl. He apologizes for how he treated her, and she admits she could have handled things better too. They smile at each other, remembering the good times, though both know the past is behind them. Still, there's an unspoken connection. Later, Thabo suddenly announces he's taking the mayor's deal, while Kwaito insists it's a trap. They argue, throw accusations, and walk out separately, their partnership clearly strained. Then we return to Pax, who opens up to Letetswe about his insecurities. He says he feels like no girl will want him because he's in a wheelchair, and even declares he'll die alone. Letetswe reassures him, but Pax isn't convinced. It's one of the most vulnerable moments we've seen from him. Meanwhile, Cat runs into trouble when a journalist confronts him with proof that he signed a shady 500,000 rand contract. He tries to deny it, but eventually admits the truth. The journalist pushes for an exclusive on Ramasimola, and Cat reluctantly agrees. Back at the security guard's home, she's on the phone with her brother, panicking over money. She explains that Chawe only came back with 500 rand instead of 5,000 rand, and pleads for help, saying funeral costs have left them with nothing. It's heartbreaking to watch. At the restaurant, Captain arrives with bad news. Fumisa was hit by a car. Cat is visibly shaken, and when they ask for CCTV footage, you can see the guilt weighing on him. Over at Melita's, she sets the table for dinner. Shay shows up again, and soon Pax joins them. Shay apologizes for how she reacted in their relationship. But Pax lashes out, saying he wouldn't want to date someone in a wheelchair either. Shay insists that isn't true, but the tension is clear. Still, she suggests they start fresh as friends. Pax isn't sure, but agrees to think about it. Then the big moment. Cat calls Kwaito to tell him about Fumesa. At first, Kwaito panics, thinking she's dead, but Cat clarifies she's in ICU. Kwaito storms out, meets the mayor, and ends the the episode deep in thought after a tense conversation. That's all for today. Make sure to subscribe and I'll catch you in the next video.